So, in recent news, I guess this pervasive thought I've been having for years now um, is about self-image and weight loss, weight gain, muscle gain, all the changes that come with transitioning, um, and really what that has to do with me. And in the past, I've been pretty good at losing weight, mostly because I had a litany of eating disorders. And so now I am endeavoring to be healthier in weight loss and muscle gain, which is very difficult. It is incredibly difficult to do in a healthy way. Um, when you're so used to just starving yourself or purging or eating things that shouldn't be eaten. Um, so I don't know. It's difficult. It's it's very difficult. Um, and so it's weird because in both cases you make up a regimen and you stick to that regimen. You have things that you eat, things that you don't eat, things that you do every day to maintain, a healthy metabolism, or unhealthy. I guess I'm saying for both cases. Um, and I don't know what makes being healthy so much harder because I don't know, deprivation. It just seems like more of a struggle. You would think in the long term. But definitely, depriving yourself. Maybe it's the thought that, when you're being healthy, you can't just go black and white. You can't just go no food at all. You have to have some willpower. You have to have some self-control. And with, starving yourself, there is no self-control. You just don't. And I don't know. But at the same time, I'm trying to rationalize having an eating disorder. Ugh, I'm disgusting. And this is a thing that has just been an issue for me since I was very young. Um, all of my family are very athletic. They're all just fucking beautiful. They're all bodybuilders, college athletes, all that lovely stuff. And so, everyone's in shape. I am the fat one. And it sucks to be the fat one. Not that, I mean, it's weird because I do want to be impressive. I do want to impress my family. But at the heart of it, I want to feel comfortable in my own skin. And I see all these people, they're all comfortable in their own fucking skin, and I'm not, and I can't stand it. And so it's not so much the image itself, it's the self-image. Um, so, yeah, what I've been endeavoring to do, not only because I like the aesthetic of it, but because that's something that I think will be more comfortable for me, is gaining muscle mass. Um, and so, with being non-binary, agender, um, comes, different thoughts of presentation. There's plenty of people that present just the way they have always been presenting. There's people that drastically change their presentation, and there's people that don't change their presentation all that much. There's people that, want to look completely androgynous, and then there's people that move towards one end of the spectrum or the other. I think it's difficult to parse the difference between gender presentation and gender identity, because gender identity is kind of almost like three-dimensional, while gender presentation is, because it's physical, you only really have male and female, and anything in between. And so, I don't know, like, to me, that's the way that I think about it. It's not as three-dimensional as, gender identification would be. But yeah, I would trend towards, I'm not even entirely certain what I would like, where I would like to be. Right now, I am not anywhere where I'd like to be. Well, I won't like discredit all of my efforts, but I'm not where I would like to be. First of all, I would like for myself to be like, I don't like less feminine features, so less roundness in the face, less roundness in the body, um, and more muscular. Yeah. One of my roommates just came in and I'm feeling a little self-conscious. Um, but yeah. Um, because I think a huge issue that I face is misgendering, and I feel so fucking pretentious. I feel so dumb saying that. That, because I look like a girl, I look like a fucking girl, and so I realize that it's wrong to misgender someone, but because I look like a girl, it's almost like I deserve it. I deserve the dysphoria of being misgendered, because I'm not there. I'm not where I want to be. And I mean, even if I get there, who's to say that I won't continue to be misgendered? So, I don't know. But what I would like is more muscle mass. I would like more body hair, and that's something that I can't get without hormones. And so I'm on the fence about hormone therapy. It's something that I would definitely want, but because I have other components that really influence how I present myself going on in my life, that might not be an option. I would definitely like more facial hair, better eyebrows, because my eyebrows are fucking just, they're non-existent. I have to draw them in, for them to even, seem like they're there. And I mean, that's kind of cosmetic, but it comes along with having more body hair. I would rather just have, a mustache. I would rather have, chest hair, a big, thick ol' happy trail. I don't mind back hair, shoulder hair, finger hair, whatever hair. I just like hair. I think it's cool. I don't shave. Well, I do shave sometimes. I don't shave this armpit, but I do shave this one, just because I have issues with HS, and sometimes shaving helps. It's weird. It's weird. It's just weird. I'll talk about it later. Shaving sometimes will make it worse. Shaving sometimes makes it better. So you kind of just have to gauge what you're going to do depending on the inflammation going on in the area. So more leg hair, arm hair. I really don't have much arm hair. But hair is a huge part to me, just because I just really admire it. Musculature is huge to me because I not only do I admire it, but I think that would help me to feel more comfortable in my presentation of my gender. Let's see what else. I mean, really outside of that, like a whole lot of issues just kind of fall out of being issues once I'm at a weight that I would like to be at. Because clothes are a huge issue for me, because most of the time, like, I get all my clothes pretty much from thrift stores. Like, I never buy clothes firsthand. Firsthand? I buy clothes secondhand. I never really go to the store, like the actual store, like going to Target or Marshall's or the mall or whatever to get clothes. I just see it as a humongous waste of money and energy and effort when I can just go down to the Goodwill and find something. I mean, because I kind of don't really care so much about the clothes I wear. I do want to present in a certain way, but you can always find things and modify them, and things work out. So, but I would like to have less curves, and so that's part of the reason like clothes kind of comes into play, is because there are clothes that are designed for people with curves, and I don't want to be one of those people. And so trying to find clothes that, are, really linear when you put them on, it doesn't work out, because I have bulging in places and like contraction in places where it just doesn't conform to how the clothes are cut. And so I have to just kind of forsake having those kind of clothes, and I really would like to, I would just like to present in a way that I feel comfortable. And yeah, I would like to be able to wear suits. I think suits look really nice. I think tuxedos look super fucking awesome. And I just can't, I would have to go get it like super specially tailored, and I just don't, like, I just want there to be less of me. That is like the bottom line. I want there to be less of me and more angular, more straight lines rather than curved. I think I'm pretty much where I want to be as far as just the way I am. I've always been this way, so changing my demeanor, I don't really care about that. I would prefer if I had a lower voice, which I don't know if that's super affected by hormones or if I would need to get vocal training. I know you can't elongate the vocal cords, but I don't know, maybe something, I don't know. I have no idea how any of that shit works. But yeah, I would prefer to have a lower voice, just because that is like one of the big things that people will listen to your voice, and from your voice they'll say, oh, that's a girl, oh, that's a boy. And so I don't really want to have, such a high voice that someone would automatically just, like, no matter how I presented, you hear my voice, it's like, oh shit, that is definitely a chick there. But yeah, I don't know. There's probably other stuff. This is pretty much just really off the cuff thoughts about it. And so, I don't know. Weight loss is just huge. It's just really huge. So I guess I have issues with dysphoria, definitely, and a little bit of dysmorphia. And those are residual issues from having eating disorders. And really what should have been done, like when I first developed an eating disorder when I was 13. Yeah, 13 in 8th grade, I want to say, and I was going from 8th grade to high school, and I just stopped eating. I first started off working out and, being healthy and all that lovely stuff and eating really well. And then I stopped eating and I kept working out, and I would increase how much I worked out. It got to the point where I was working out 3 to 4 hours a day. And I would work out after I ate. And I realized that, like, that is a purging action. So it's not necessarily throwing up that could be purging. Working out excessively after eating is also purging. And so it got really, really bad when I was 15. And things just spun out of control. It got bad. And then I guess by then I was at like 120. I started off at 170 in middle school, and I think I was like 5'6", 5'7", and by high school I was 5'7", 5'8" when I was 15, 16, weighing 120. Then I got down to 110, and that's the lowest I've ever gotten, and I was looking rough, guys. It was rough. 120 seemed to be not really my best weight, but the lowest I could go without looking like utter shit. Anything below that is not good. And I think according to like my BMI, that antiquated bullshit, it's good for ranges, but it's not. I don't think it's good for, because it's only, I don't know. It's I think it's antiquated because it only takes into account one body type, and it's made by white people for white people, and so I don't think it takes into account multiple ethnicities and body weights and body types. But it definitely is good for ranges, between height and weight, and where you should be, kind of, maybe, I don't know. I have to do some research on it and get back to you, but I don't really subscribe to, your BMI and all that stuff being like the absolute end of everything. But according to that, my weight, the weight that I should be for my height is 140, 150, and that would be something that I would be comfortable with. 130 would be cool as well, but I think you start to sacrifice muscle mass once you get down, below 140. But yeah, weight loss. And so this is probably going to also be chronicling my weight loss, if any. I'm really bad at sticking to a routine, a healthy routine, and I'm feeling motivated to keep doing it because I'm so used to getting super immediate results. I mean, I was at the point where my metabolism was so fast that I would go to sleep and wake up and I had lost like 2 pounds. And so I don't know, it's a difficult situation. And so hopefully I can kind of hold myself accountable, gain some motivation, maybe some momentum in losing weight and becoming more of the person that I would like to become. Yeah. So, wish me luck. Been out.